Welcome to episode 45 of the Delta Panthers Pod. I'm Mark Cantor, and the weather is turning colder, which means we're coming down the home stretch for the fall sports and activities season. Cross Country hosted Panther Fest at Lions Park on Friday. Trent Summers was Delta boys' best finisher at 72nd. For the girls, it was once again Matea Bean with the best finish at 67th. Cross Country will run again Tuesday at Rifle Creek Golf Course in Rifle, then Friday at Lincoln Park in Grand Junction. Football traveled to Basalt on Friday to finish their road game gauntlet. Here's what head coach Jesse Kendig had to say before the game.
Jesse, you guys had a great game on the ground at Alamosa, over 350 yards rushing. Jet and Mac both over 100 yards for the game. Was that the game plan going in, or did you just kind of take what the defense gave you on that?
Yes and no. Yes to both. That is the game plan. We needed to establish a run. We threw for close to 300 yards at Rollins, and we understand you can't just rely on the pass. So we needed to get the ball running, and then on top of that, we're very much a team that will take what's given. So if you're weak up front, or we'll take it. If you're weak in the secondary, we'll take it. So we're not picky. We won't choose what we want. We'll take what's given. So, but yes, the run was definitely an emphasis.
And obviously it's important as we start league play to be a little more balanced. You know, you pass the ball quite a bit at Rollins, and then obviously ran at Alamosa, but now you're going to need to look to kind of balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, you can't go 300 and 300 on the opposite days. You know, Sheen went from 4 touchdowns at Rollins to 1 catch for 2 yards at Alamosa. So we definitely need to find a happy medium there. We're not going to complain. If you're going to give us the run, we're going to take the run, or vice versa. But yes, to beat good teams like Basalt coming up, or any teams that we see moving forward, we're going to have a nice balanced attack.
Talk a little bit about Mac Lockhart and what he's brought to this team as a freshman. Obviously, he can pretty much play any position out there on the field, both offense and defense, and he could probably kick the ball if you let him do that too. But he's, just a special player.
Yeah, he thinks he can kick the ball. He's asked to kick the ball. He's not kicking the ball. But, I think it speaks to a couple of things. It speaks to his intelligence, because he can pick up the offense and the defense so well. And it speaks to what kind of kid he is. He's a team player. So obviously everyone wants to run the ball and score the touchdowns. But I've had him blocking. I've had him, run off routes. I've had him do it all, and he's willing to do that. So he's going to be a special kid, and he's special now. But, I think I've been here, this is, 11 or 12 years, and, Ty started as a freshman due to injury. He's starting because he needs to be starting. So we're very excited for Mac. We take it one step at a time. We try to remember he's 14 years old, and, not to give him too much of a workload, but he's a great linebacker for us and runs the ball when we need him. So, yeah, he's a great team player.
Talk a little bit now about Jet Ryan, your quarterback, and just what I have seen from him is just his football IQ. There's been several times this season where he's gone to pass the ball and pulled it down, tucked it, ran it, or recognized that his receiver wasn't open, and would even take a sack just to not turn the ball over. Talk about him and his play so far.
Another very smart kid, and he's waited a long time to play this role. He's sat behind sat behind Ty for many years, and he's got to learn the good and the bad. Ty was a gunslinger, and he would throw some interceptions at times, and Jet has too. But, I have to remind myself as an OC, when he takes a sack, I'm like, well, it was probably either a sack or a pick. So we'll take the sack and live and die another day. So, there's times I call plays and he fixes them for me because I've said them wrong, or maybe they're wrong. I get another smart kid, and there's certain plays we call where it's a cute choice and he gets to decide if he's going to give it or take it. And sometimes he takes it and I'm like, what's he doing? I'm like, oh yeah, it is, that is his read. So we're again lucky to have a kid like Jet, who, again, a team player. He'd play receiver, he'd play guard if we made him. He's just seeing the ball really well. He's seeing the field, and he's just doing what we need him to do.
So we start league play with Basalt this week, and it's kind of where the rubber hits the road in the season. And, Basalt came in here last year and embarrassed us. And obviously it's going to be their homecoming. We're definitely looking to spoil that for them, as well as get some revenge from last year.
Yeah, you nailed it right on the head. Shame on us for thinking we should put them as homecoming last year, and hopefully shame on them for putting us at homecoming. So it's kind of the perfect storm. I said this earlier, but it's their homecoming, it's their senior night, it's their last home game of the regular season. If they win, they stay in. If they lose, they're probably not going to the playoffs. There's not going to be many 6-3, 5-4 teams that make it in, if any. So their stakes are high. Our stakes are high. We never want another team to decide our fate. So there's a little revenge to be had. Over 300 yards rushing last year on us at homecoming. So we just need to take care of business and keep. We got great momentum. We're getting better every week, and we need to make sure that continues through there. So.
How do we match up against them?
I like our skill over their skill, but they're basalt. They've got great size up front where, we tend to lack a little bit of size, but we have the speed. And so we're going to have to make sure that we stop wedge and everything that's downhill. The last team that ran right at us, it didn't end very well for us. So we have to stop their wedge and their downhill play, but we got Alex in the middle there who's a pretty strong kid and pretty special. So we just... Defensively is the concern. Offensively, we'll be able to move the ball and do some things, but defensively, we got to get them off the field or else they'll eat up clock. So,
all right, sounds good. Good luck.
Thank you.
The team struggled to get anything going offensively and were shut out for the first time in 8 years, 14-0. Ironically, it happened in the exact same place it happened 8 years ago. The defense did hold Basalt to a touchdown on their first possession, then a touchdown late in the game, so there is a silver lining there. The team will have a couple of weeks to get some things figured out with the bye next week before hosting Aspen on October 17th. Boys soccer lost at Roaring Fork on Thursday, 3-1. Caden Corral scored the lone goal for the Panthers. The boys take their 5-3-2 record back to the pitch on Tuesday when they face Eagle Valley. Softball had an active week, sweeping a doubleheader at Basalt on Monday, 16-1 and 17-1. They looked to continue their winning ways on Tuesday when they hosted Cortez. I spoke with head coach Jenna Sutliff before the game.
Jenna, it's a busy week for the girls this week, and you had a nice bounce back to start it off against Basalt after the loss to Cedar Ridge.
Yeah, absolutely. We were trying to focus on the little things and stringing it together, which seemed to work in our favor. So proud of their performance.
So you got Cortez today. They don't have a very good record, but can't let it be a trap game either.
Nope, absolutely. We have to keep working on the little things that are going to get us to the next level and successful at the next level. So we have a little game plan of how we want to play today, no matter who the opponents are. So hopefully we stick to the plan.
Talk a little bit about Olivia Hines. She's quietly put together a very good season thus far, and we don't really talk about her a lot, and she's very workmanlike. She goes out there and just does her job. Talk a little bit about her.
Yeah, that's how she is on the field at practice too. She's kind of my silent leader, leads by example, but the last 4 years no one's really brought her up, even though she leads dang near the say in everything. And yeah, that's my goal this year, is to get her name out there a little bit more and more recognition for her. The big names we talk about all the time, Jazz and Sophia, it's kind of nice that we have a silent killer that no one really knows about. But then when it comes to the accolades in the end of the year, in the back half of season, her name also doesn't get thrown out there. And I think she's very much so deserving of everything and more that we have to give out for all conference and player of the year. So I'm hoping it reflects this year.
She's kind of the backbone of the team. She just kind of keeps everything together. You guys are 10th in the seeding index, and kind of on the outside looking in as far as hosting a region for regionals right now. What do you girls have to do in order to get to that next level to host?
I mean, we just got to keep playing our ball and keep climbing the ladder. We know that it's really hard to make it in the top 8, especially being on this side of the mountain. And so we're ready to perform, and we're ready to, no matter where we go or if we get to host, wherever we end up, that we're going to beat anyone in our way. So we've kind of made it our mentality early on that sometimes we don't get the luck of the draw being on this side of the mountain, and who cares? Deal with it.
Bottom line, go out and win your games, and good things will happen. Good luck.
Thank you.
The girls got their bats going again, beating Cortez 15-3. The team closed out the week, finding themselves having to battle from behind at Rifle. They came up just short, dropping the game 16-15. Olivia Hines, Izzy Harrison, and Sophia Sinicki each had multiple hits, with Hines, Sinicki, and Jaden Robinson each having multiple RBI. Softball travels to Durango for a doubleheader tomorrow, then hosts Montrose for Senior Day on Thursday. Coverage of that game will be streaming on the Delta Panthers broadcast network, with pregame starting at 1:40 p.m. Volleyball won their first match of the season on Tuesday, beating Rifle 3-0. Here's what head coach Teresa Bear had to say the next day.
Teresa, congratulations. Finally got the first win of the season. You know, it started last week. You guys won your first set against Summit and then put it all together against Rifle yesterday. How does it feel to get that first win?
It feels really great. It took everybody to play really hard and really intentional and focused to get that win. And we, in the second set, we were ahead, and then they started coming back, and I just saw some mental toughness of them and not panicking like we have in the past.
Good. So we're about halfway through the season. We're approaching that halfway point. What are your observations of the team right now?
I think everyone is getting a lot better at their positions every day. We have a really competitive, tough practice today, so we're really looking forward to seeing Battle Mountain again on Saturday.
So obviously, and we'll talk about Battle Mountain here in just a second, a lot of season left. And what do you look for from the girls now that you've gotten that monkey off your back a little bit, gotten that first win? What do you look for from the girls to build on that?
They're really focused, and we're using stats a lot, and we use a heat map of where they're hitting and where they're scoring, and I introduced that to them today. So it's basically just numbers. Like, they all know what to do. They all know how to play volleyball. Now it comes down to who makes less errors and who can score.
The arithmetic of volleyball, I love it. So you mentioned Battle Mountain, and you guys played them tough when they were here. You just weren't able to finish in those sets and that match. What do you look to be different going to their place?
It's going to be tough going to their place because that's just a really hard road trip on a bus. But it's no excuses, and we're just preparing for them. We're watching some film on them and getting ready. And I think we've gotten over that hump of we can finish games. We can stay mentally tough and finish games, and we know what we need to do against them.
You and I had talked, once you got that first one, it was going to kind of snowball from there. Hopefully that ends up being the case, and you start with Battle Mountain to go back-to-back with victories. Good luck, Teresa.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, the girls weren't able to keep the good times rolling and dropped their match at Battle Mountain 3-0. Volleyball will look to get their second win of the season at North Fork on Tuesday. This week's Student Spotlight is multi-sport athlete Matea Bean. She obviously runs cross-country in the fall, so we talked about that first.
Matea, we'll start off with cross-country.
Okay.
You participate in cross-country. You run for the team. Talk a little bit about that and how your season's going.
I think my season's going a little bit better than the other years I've been in it. I'm definitely, I think, trying harder because, like, last year and, like, my freshman year, I felt like it was kind of a joke to me, but this year I kind of want to make it to state, so I'm kind of trying a little bit harder.
A little bit more motivation.
Yeah, and the girls have, like, pushed me a lot, and, I don't know, I just feel like my whole team is making me better.
Good. Yeah. So you participate in other sports. I know you play basketball. Do you
soccer?
Do soccer, okay.
Yeah.
So how does cross-country help you prepare for those other sports?
I feel like the stamina and, like, the running part, because whenever I finally, like, get done with cross-country, then in basketball, I can, like, actually run up and down the court. And in soccer, it's, like, a little bit longer, so I can, like, kind of just keep on running.
Yeah, it's interesting how, you know, the sports are different, but they're kind of connected in a way.
Yeah.
So, talk about your journey in school thus far, from freshman to now a junior.
Well, freshman year, like, I felt like my school year was, like, brand new, and so I didn't really know what I was going to expect. But it was okay. Like, it was all right. It was way better than middle school. And then sophomore year, like, I kind of knew, like, the whole thing about the high school and everything, and it was good year. And then, like, this year, it's, like, my best year. And, like, I pretty much only have 4 classes that I'm taking. And then, like, at the end of my day, I do this internship thing.
Very good.
So I go down to Garnet, and I intern for, like, some teachers down there, and I'm, like, really enjoying that.
So is education, teaching, something
Yeah.
you want to do?
I think I would like to do that, like go that path.
It's a little early. Have you started looking at schools that you're going to go to, or what the future holds?
Maybe like CMU or
Okay.
something.
Very good. Very good. So, who are some of your favorite teachers, or maybe some people that have influenced you?
Let's see. Well, I don't have him as a teacher this year, but Mr. Kano, he used to be my math teacher for like 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have him as math teacher, which is kind of weird because like I don't know, I've always had him, and I don't know, I feel like he kind of like inspired me to like
Good.
be better
Good.
and like actually try. And then other teachers, well, Mrs. Boyd, she's a very, very nice teacher, and I really like her. And I'm always excited to go in her class.
Good. Good. I think when you're excited to go to class and like the teacher, it makes learning a little easier.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your hobbies outside of school? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, I have like 2 goats, so I like to like kind of hang out outside, and we live on a farm.
Oh, very good.
So, yeah. And I sometimes like to read a little bit and just hang out with the family, watch movies, like that stuff.
That's cool. Tell me about your goats.
Well, there's 2, Poppy and Branch, and they're both brother and sister. And I don't know. They follow me everywhere. Like if I leave them, they'll be right behind me. So I always have to be right where they are.
If you don't pay attention to them, do they butt you with their heads?
Yeah, sometimes, or they'll like bite me actually.
Really?
Yeah. And they'll try to like, one time I was like getting their water bucket, and so I was like kind of bending over, and Branch tried to like jump on my back.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kind of
That's
funny.
crazy.
I'm kind of excited for basketball though.
Okay.
I feel like this year, like for me personally, is gonna be better. Cause like I'm not the best at basketball,
Sure.
but I don't know. I feel like I'll do better this year than the other years.
Well, and improvement's good, year to year, and that's, I think, a natural progression. So, thanks for talking to me today.
Yeah,
It's been
thank you.
fun getting to know you a little bit, and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Announcements now. DHS is looking for vintage athletic and activity photos. Email them to ashley.marquez@deltaschools.com. College application and FAFSA workshops will take place this week to help seniors with the college application process. That about covers it for this week. The Delta Panthers Pod is a presentation of Mad Canner Productions and sponsored by Elevate, A&M Creations, AmeriCar Auto Parts, Delta Ace Hardware, Delta Cabinet Company, Delta County School District, Hellman Motor Company, Jerry Ryer State Farm Insurance, Quickie Tire Service, Taco Time, The Sunflower Room, and Yost Family Dentistry. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you all next week.